Rick here with Apple Valley Farm. Today I got something really cool to show you. I'll have to tell you, I'm learning this process as we go. So what I'm doing today is I've got this piece right here that I have put a water-based polyurethane on. I wish I hadn't have done that because I really don't like the finish of it and it's really not that durable. So what I've got to do is I got to put an oil-based finish on top of that. That's what I should have done to begin with. I didn't. It's not that I'm dissing polycrylic. It has its uses. It's just not the most durable of finishes. So I got the polycrylic on there now and it's a water-based finish. What I want to do is I want to go back and I'm not going to brush it on. I'm just going to do a wipe on poly. This is an oil-based finish. See, so that's a little funky. The oil finishes, the water finishes, you really don't want to mix those. So what do? I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really pretty simple, but just in case you don't know, and I didn't know until I started researching a little bit, I didn't know what to do either. I'm going to show you now. Here we go. Okay, so as I mentioned, the polycrylic, it's a water-based finish, which is great. It's great for easy cleanup, things like that. I just don't want to use it because it's not the most durable of finishes. I'm going to use a wipe-on poly. This is an oil-based finish. You don't have to use a wipe-on. You can use a regular poly or a varnish or whatever, yada, yada, yada. I'm just going to use the wipe-on poly. Alrighty, so I'm going to use some sandpaper. I'm going to use some pretty fine sandpaper. It can be, let's say 220, whatever. I'm going to go with some 320. Or you could use some fine steel wool. I'm going to use some 320 grit sandpaper. Any old 320 will do. This just happens to be what I have now. And I'm going to lightly sand over the surface, all the surfaces on the piece that I'm working on. Clean those off with mineral spirits so I get all the dust off of them. And then we're going to apply the wipe-on poly on top of that, and it should work like a charm. So let's get going. All right, so we're just gonna do some light sanding here, just scuffing it. I'm gonna try to get out some of these imperfections here also. I don't want to go down to the bare wood. I just want to sand the surface of the finish that I previously applied on here. Now, one thing we want to make sure we do, if you're doing this, you need to let the water-based poly cure. And that could take, just depending on your environment, it could take a couple of days, it could take a month. But you want to let it cure very well for obvious reasons. So in some of the areas, it's going to be a little hard to get into some of the corners. So I'm going to wrap the sandpaper just around a scrap piece of wood, and then that'll help us as we try to get into the corners. Like this. So after I finish sanding, I'm just going to use an old t-shirt, knock off the high spots of some of the old dust, get that out of the way before we put the mineral spirits on there. All right, now we're just going to take a can of mineral spirits and just an old t-shirt, and we're going to wipe our piece down and get all of the remaining dust off of it. So after we get everything wiped down with the mineral spirits, we're going to pour some of our wipe on poly on an old t-shirt and start wiping it on. Just do it pretty liberally, move right along with it, and once we get a coat on there, we'll let it dry for a few hours. I'll sand it, we'll apply another coat, and repeat until we get the look that we want. And just like that, we're done. Not too bad. I'm a little hot, but it's not that I've been working hard. It's just because it's Georgia, it's July, and it's like 97% humidity outside. It's crazy out here. That was it, guys. Hey, easy project, easy fix, easy solution. As I say with a lot of this stuff, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You want to try this yourself? Let me know, hit me up. We'll trade ideas. I'll see if I can help you work your way through it. This was a blast. It probably took me an hour and a half to finish this. Simple materials, and it looks great. It does look much better than it did. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Have a great day. Go make something. So it's not really, I can't do this without the fan. Well, it's not, I look like I've been working. These bees, what's up? Come on. So today, I'm gonna, man, it's dadgum hot out here. I look terrible. It's like 97,000 degrees here in Georgia. I don't know, what was I saying? I ain't doing this no more without this fan on. Man, it's too hot.